Welcome back. Now joining us this morning is Carol Skeeter-Stevens with Travel Medford. Good morning, Carol. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. We're so happy to have you. Now coming up here is Savor Southern Oregon. Tell us a bit about it.
Thank you. Yeah, we're so excited about this inaugural event. Not this weekend, but next weekend out at Bigham Knoll, right outside of Medford. We have 50 participating wineries that are going to be there pouring the fruits of their labor here from the Rogue Valley.
50 different wineries.
Yeah.
So what can people expect in terms of events at this place?
So it's a 2-day event. Friday, we start with our VIP tasting, which is a more intimate gathering of the winemakers, the owners, more one-on-one experience. Prior to that, we'll have a short educational course from 2 to 4, which gets you to really deep dive into the wines of the Rogue Valley. And then Saturday is the big main event, the grand tasting.
I love that. So Oregon is now a can't-miss destination for wine lovers. So what would you attribute that to for Southern Oregon here?
You know, our location is just prime. We are halfway in between our area's two best known wine regions, the Willamette Valley and Napa. And then you come to this surprising, wonderful region here that we have. We grow 70 different varieties here and we have 85 different wineries. So there really is something for everybody here in the Rogue Valley.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And this wine scene is full of just the community and local artists and everything. So how have you noticed that it connects the community as well?
You know, they're glorified farmers. People forget that we're growing grapes here in this wonderful agricultural valley that we have. So you get to really find the makers behind it and you get to follow the whole process. They talk about the grapes, they talk about our climate, and then they put this beautiful product in your glass.
I love to see it. And then next Friday is that VIP experience. Tell us a little bit about that.
So it's going to be a smaller, limited tickets for that. And it's reserve wines that you probably aren't going to get to taste at that grand tasting. So you're going to really get to dive deep with these makers. They're going to hear your stories and all of that. It's going to be a great event.
What kind of stories are we talking about? Like the stories of their vineyards, the stories of their wines, everything like that?
All of it. You know, how did that wine get in that glass? What's the story behind it? It's not just about the wine, it's about the people. It's about the people that are harvesting those grapes. It's about the vintage that we had. What was the weather like? All of those things. And you're going to learn, and it puts more meaning into that glass.
Exactly. And all those factors like weather and everything behind it, they do add to that drink.
Yeah,
so it's so cool to see.
Absolutely. And our climate here is just, it's wonderful for it.
Yeah, and then you have the grand tasting the next day. So tell us a bit about that. Is it for, connoisseurs, for people that are newer to wine? Tell us a little bit about
Everybody,
that.
yeah.
Wow.
You know, if you've never sipped a glass of Rogue Valley wine, you're going to learn. If you are a Rogue Valley wine connoisseur, you're going to find something there I can guarantee that you've never tasted before.
Really entry level for everyone here. And then you have that educational course the next day. So tell us about what people can expect to be educated on during that experience.
So it's a two-part. It's kind of discover the wines of the Rogue Valley. And then we talk a lot about what is Rogue Valley's signature grape, growing 70 different varieties here. So we'll have a panel of some really great winemakers that are going to answer those questions for people.
Yeah, and I love to see how this contextualizes the valley and our local farmers and reminds them about what goes into every single glass.
Yeah.
So we do have to say goodbye to you this morning, Carol, but
thanks.
anything else you'd like to tell us?
You know, I just hope that we can get together and celebrate our wine community. It's such a pillar in our area, and it's a great way to celebrate.
It's such a large part of what makes the Rogue Valley the Rogue Valley.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us and telling us about next weekend's event.
Yeah,
and
thanks for having us.
Of course. And as Carol said, Savor Southern Oregon is a celebration of Rogue Valley wines and all the goodness that comes along with them. The event runs next weekend at the Bigham Knoll campus in Jacksonville, June 13th and the 14th, with multiple ways to take part. There's the grand tasting, the educational course, and of course the VIP experience. For more information and to purchase your tickets, visit SavorSouthernOregon.com. Carol, thank you again so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Of course, we'll be right back.